Here with CloseGPT. Wanted to show you something really exciting that we've been working on behind the scenes. I just want to give you a sneak peek. We're still making some fine-tuning adjustments, but I just wanted to show you what we have coming. So we have what's called the Agency Snapshot. We call it the Thunder. Name can change, but we call it the Thunder Snapshot. And what it is, or who it's for you marketing agencies, right? It's for you people that want to sell AI employees to other businesses, okay? And what is it? Well, it's a lot of things. Like, we put a lot of things together. It comes with a website, all right? And I'm going to go ahead and show you this real quick. We built a website, and of course, it's meant to be modified. It's a great starting point. It has a homepage, right? And you can go in here and edit it, put your pricing. It even has a sign up for a demo. These different placeholders, and you can go in here and edit your FAQs and everything. We have other pages. We have our sign up page where people can sign up to be able to subscribe to your service. And then, of course, we have a good starter template for a privacy policy and terms of service so you can get your 10DLC approved. All right. So what's cool about it is that from the homepage, they can sign up for a demo. Well, what's in it? There is an AI employee for that demo. Try our instant AI employee demo, right? So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here. Comes with an AI employee. Exit. It's also part of the template, right? And you can go in here, connect your calendar, and give it a different name and so forth, and it will be able to help introduce and get people to sign up. And of course, you're welcome to replace it with a different AI employee if you have a different use case, right? It also comes with a bunch of sign-up sequences, all right? This is really, really cool. Actually, let me show you something first, all right? So one of the things that is unique about our system, CloseGPT, and is the fact that we have what we call smart inboxes, smart buckets, right? Depending on what you want to call it. And what this means is that we can create different inboxes with different criteria, right? Normally it's hidden, but each of these inboxes have different rules or groups of people, right? So you know how most people are used to pipelines and so forth like that, right? I don't have a pipeline in here, but most people work in pipelines and they move across, right? Well, we found that a lot of times you're moving back and forth and some customers don't really like using them. You really got to stay on top of them. And what we did is we basically turned these into a version of pipelines. So each of these inboxes represents a stage, right? And we went ahead and created all these different rules with all these different automations to put people in here. And so we have an upload inbox. These are people that you would basically grab your customer list, make sure you have approval to SMS them, and it would get to work, right? So you upload it, you give it a specific tag, and we're going to build the help documents. You give it a specific tag when you upload it, and that tag fires this automation. And what do we have here, right? We have that tag being added, right? Uploaded. And it's doing a bunch of cool work here where it's adding leads, creating rules. It's waiting 5 minutes, sending them an email. It waits another few days, sends another email, waits a few days, sends another email. There's actually no SMS in this one, so forgive me, right? And that's by design, right? And so we went ahead and in each of these, we created emails, right? So these emails are already written. It just works. And then after a certain amount of time, they get an old lead and then they're removed from the inbox, but you can always activate them later, right? So that's built in here, okay? The next inbox is the partial signups, right? What is that? That, you remember the website I just showed you? In a form, if they start to fill out that form to sign up and they don't, they're going to show up here. Well, guess what? We have an automation for people that don't complete their sign up. Same thing. And this one does have SMS if you have the opt-in, right? Because when they're doing the partial, we are getting their permission. So once again, we have some logic, we have emails and SMS, right? And then of course we have in those emails and SMS, they have the ability of booking to your calendar, or they have a link to a form where they can opt in to start an AI employee for a demo. And that's all the logic here. Once again, 22 days of drip. I think there's 5 of them spread out, following the same logic. All right, let's keep going. What do we have next? We have the demo bucket. So everybody that activates that AI employee shows up here. So you can see the AI working, right? Pretty cool. The next one is the demo booked. So these are people that booked on your calendar. Well, we have a calendar programmed in here. And when they book in that calendar, what do we have? What does it do? It shows up in that inbox. And what do we have to go along with it? We have our demo appointment. And this is really, really cool, right? I'm going to show you what makes these really special here in a little bit. There's a lot of custom actions that happen in each of these inboxes. And once again, here's their sequence for, hey, we'll see you in a day. Hey, we'll see you in an hour. Hey, we'll see you in 10 minutes. Hey, we're here. So it increases your show rate. And all these other ones are where our smart actions come in. And all of these buckets have smart actions. And I'm going to show you that, right? So a smart action in this case, I'm going to just show you the actual automation. Is like when you change the calendar to a no-show, what is it going to do? It's going to drip them, trying to bring them back, trying to get them to rebook. If they decline it, same thing, right? And how do you trigger that? Is when you're in your booker, you can see all your appointments. You can change the status and these fire, and then you can say they showed. And what is this? We built emails and SMS saying, let's get started. All in here. Okay, let's keep going. We have our active customers. So everybody that's a customer shows up here. And then we have our AI conversations. Now, this AI conversations, whoops, wrong button. This AI conversation is all the other AIs instead of the demo. So you can just see the demo separately. Then we have the missed call. What do we have there? Let me show you. So we have a missed call coming from the phone system, right? And I'm going to show you what's in the phone system. It's actually pretty cool. So we're doing all our cool stuff, right? And notice there's some logic in here. If an old lead, remember they got out of our sequence and we're cleaning out your inbox. If they call back, what are we doing? We're removing that tag so they show back up in the inbox, right? And then you'll see that I'm checking if there's spam, and you'll see why that is here in a minute. And if it does, it just transfers the call. And if it's transferred, all good. Okay. If it goes to a no answer, we have a flow that is our missed call text back. Right. And what's cool about this system, even though this is designed for agencies, this is something that can be done for every business. You figure out your workflow, you create your smart inboxes. Once your smart inboxes are created, it gets really fun because we have smart actions, and that's what these are right here. Now, I want to show you something. This is hands down my favorite feature, okay? Each of these inboxes, we have different goals, right? So when I select a contact, I can say remove and do not disturb. In other words, never talk to them again, right? I can just one click assign them to the AI. I can schedule, and this is something that I custom built, a little bit of my secret sauce, where like they say, hey, I want to hear from you in 6 months. No problem. Okay, now there's no phone number here for John Smith. If not, it would have just put it in. But notice that it has the email. Okay. And then where or when do you want to follow up? And you just select your date and time. I'm just going to select today, not a big deal. And then I choose if I want the AI employee to take over the demo. And if you build a custom one, you can just change it in the form. I can send an SMS message and it's going to send that message at that date and time, or I can send an email and send this email at that date and time. And then it's going to make a note saying that they have a scheduled message. So you know that you have one pending, right? And if you don't want to send that note, you just go off and hit cancel scheduled message and it removes all the scheduled messages, right? Because maybe they messaged back before. Okay, and then we have a not now, which is, hey, you know what? You're not interested. No problem. I'm going to follow up with you in 6 months. And what happens is it or maybe not follow up in 6 months. There, I might just do the schedule, but it just removes them. So you're working your inbox. It's like inbox 0. Okay. Now notice when I go to the partial sign up and you have to select a contact, I have very similar things because they're kind of the same. They're leads. When I get to the demo AI, probably not going to be much here. I still have the remove and do not disturb. I have the unassigned AI, so I can just completely remove it, not pause it, and then I can still cancel a scheduled message, right? Then I have my demo booked. Let's see what we have here. Kind of some of the similar actions. Customers, there's probably not going to, I don't have one to show you here. There's no contacts, but you can put your own custom actions in there for your customers. Maybe you have a pricing sheet for your or sheet for your other services, right? Have our AI conversations. There's probably not going to be any quick actions there if I remember, but the missed call one, this is cool. All right. Remember I showed you that flow? Check it out. So let's say I'm working this. Remember I said spam? Let's see here. Missed call spam. I click that. It adds a tag says spam. So it will not ring again. Kind of cool. It's a way to just disconnect the phone call based on the logic we built. And then there is the ability, mind you, you have missed calls, you're going to work your list. Maybe you have 3 of them and you call one and you say, hey, I left a message, right? Missed call, left a message, or missed call, I spoke to them, right? So there's some custom actions. They're not interested. And all these things are assigned to automations, right? Going back to the phone system, you can see, actually, it's not there. Hold on, I went to the wrong one. Let's go to the phone system. Actually, I just realized I created a different folder for quick actions, right? So these are all the quick actions, what happens with them. So you could see them really, really quickly. And you can edit them. Okay, here's the missed call for the phone calls, right? Check it out. So remember those buttons are there, right? So if we do spoke, I have it programmed to go to the spoke wait step, which is right here. And it's going to move that tag, add a tag called, and it's going to remove them from the bucket. You just worked your inbox. Okay. But this is the one that I want to show you, the left message, right? And you can go in here and see that we're sending a message and then we wait a day. And then it's scheduled to only call them back 4 times before it gives them up. Now you can change that, or not call them back. It'll add them back in the inbox. It'll clear the inbox for a day, and then they'll show up again. And after that happens a few times, the logic here will automatically just not add them anymore, right? But this is a really, really great foundation to be able to get up and running really, really quickly. It's a great template for anyone on the AI Pro plan. You got to be on the AI Pro plan to be able to take advantage of some of this stuff. And if you have any questions or request any features, we can try to add them in. But this is something we've been working really hard on. We're testing it. We're still adding a few features here and there. We have a big update coming up with blueprints to be able to maintain templates and so forth like that. And if you have any questions, just shoot us a message to support. And I thank everybody.